Hey TechBit fam, welcome back to another epic drop on TechBit News, your go-to spot for all things cutting edge in the tech world. If you're just tuning in, buckle up because today we're diving deep into the biggest bombshell from Apple's September 9th, 2025 awe-dropping event. The iPhone Air. That's right, Apple's new super thin iPhone that's turning heads, breaking molds, and straight up redefining what a smartphone can be. At just 5.6 millimeter thick, this bad boy is Apple's thinnest phone ever. Thinner than the iPhone 17 Pro by over 3 millimeter, and even slimmer than Samsung's Galaxy S25 Edge at 5.8 millimeter. We're talking pro-level power in a body so sleek, it'll slip right into your pocket like it was made for it. I've got the full breakdown right here, packed with every juicy detail on design, performance, cameras, battery, and more. We'll compare it to the rest of the iPhone 17 lineup, spill the tea on pricing and availability, and even peek at what's next for this Air series. Hit that like button if you're Team Apple, smash subscribe for more TechBit exclusives, and drop a comment. Would you drop $999 on the iPhone Air, or are you sticking with the Pro? Let's jump in. All right, let's start with the star of the show, the design. Introduced on September 9th alongside the iPhone 17, iPhone 17 Pro, and iPhone 17 Pro Max, the iPhone Air is stepping in as the replacement for the old Plus model in Apple's lineup. No 17 in the name here. It's all about that airy, lightweight vibe. Clocking in at a mind-blowing 5.6 millimeter thick, this thing is over 30% thinner than previous flagships, making it feel more like a credit card than a phone. Apple engineers pulled off this magic by rethinking every component from the ground up. The frame, grade 5 titanium. Yeah, the same super strong stuff they use in aerospace, with a glossy mirrored finish that screams premium. It's polished to perfection in 4 stunning colors: space black for that stealth mode, cloud white for clean minimalism, light gold for a touch of luxury, and my personal fave, sky blue for those summer vibes. And durability? Apple claims it's tougher than any iPhone before, designed not to bend or warp under pressure. Titanium beats aluminum hands down for strength, and they've swapped the back glass for ceramic shield too. The same stuff on the front display, which now boasts 3x better scratch resistance and 4x better crack resistance. Drop it from pocket height, it'll laugh it off. But here's the clever bit. To keep it ultra thin, Apple introduced a camera plateau on the back, a raised module that packs in the 18-megapixel front-facing camera, true depth for Face ID, the single-lens 48-megapixel rear shooter, an Apple Silicon chip, and even a speaker. No more camera bumps disrupting the flow. It's all integrated smartly. They even use 3D printed components for things like the USB-C port. Stronger, lighter, and using way less material. Genius, right? Size-wise, it's got a 6.5-inch display, so it's bigger than the standard iPhone 17's 6.3-incher, but slimmer and more compact than the 6.9-inch Pro Max. Weighing in light as a feather, it's perfect for one-handed use without feeling bulky. Oh, and the buttons? Same killer setup as the other 17s. The customizable action button for quick shortcuts. Set it to launch your flashlight, playlist, or whatever. And the new camera control button that swipes open the camera app and taps into visual intelligence for AI-powered object recognition. IP68 water resistance means it can handle a 30-minute submersion, no sweat. And heads up, no physical SIM tray here. It's eSIM only worldwide to shave off even more thickness. Now let's talk screen, because this display is a showstopper shared across the iPhone 17 family. The 6.5-inch Super Retina XDR panel hits 1000 nits max brightness for everyday use, peaks at 1600 nits for HDR content, and blasts up to 3000 nits outdoors. A brand new feature for 2025 that makes squinting in sunlight a thing of the past. Promotion Tech brings that buttery 120 Hz refresh rate for scrolling smoother than silk, and always-on display keeps your widgets alive without draining the battery. Apple layered on an improved anti-reflection coating to kill glare, so whether you're binging Netflix or editing docs in direct sun, it's crystal clear. Ceramic Shield 2 up front means it's tougher than ever against keys in your pocket or accidental table scrapes. Under the hood, the iPhone Air packs the A19 Pro chip, the exact same beast powering the iPhone 17 Pro, but tuned for efficiency with one less GPU core. That's a 6-core CPU, 2 high-performance monsters, and 4 efficiency champs. A 5-core GPU, where each core gets its own neural accelerator for 3x faster on-device AI tasks. An upgraded 16-core neural engine, second-gen dynamic caching, a bigger cache overall, and a hefty 12 GB of RAM. Translation: lightning-fast multitasking, buttery gaming, and AI smarts that rival laptops. Apple says this setup crushes everything from photo editing to real-time translation, all without phoning home to the cloud. But wait, there's more innovation. Apple's homegrown C1X modem chip, which is twice as fast as the previous C1, handling sub-6 GHz 5G like a champ. Sorry, no mmWave yet. Paired with the new N1 networking chip for Wi-Fi 7 speeds, Bluetooth 6 connectivity, and Thread support for smart homes, it's more efficient than third-party alternatives, squeezing every drop of battery life. Speaking of which, battery life on the iPhone Air is no compromise. Up to 27 hours of video playback or 22 hours of streaming, thanks to those efficiency tweaks. And for on-the-go warriors, Apple's dropping a $99 MagSafe battery pack tailored for the Air, pushing that to a marathon 40 hours. iOS 26's new adaptive power mode intelligently dials down when you're low, learning your habits to stretch every charge. Charging, it hits 50% in 30 minutes with a 20-watt adapter, but wireless tops out at 20W with QI2 or MagSafe, a tad slower than the 25-watt on other 17s. But hey, Thinnest has its trade-offs. Standard safety suites all here. Emergency SOS via satellite, crash detection, messages via satellite, and dual-frequency GPS for pinpoint accuracy. Cameras, the eternal iPhone flex. The Air rocks a single-lens 48-megapixel fusion rear camera, same sensor as the base iPhone 17, delivering optical quality 1x and 2x zoom with 28mm and 35mm focal lengths. No ultra-wide or telephoto here. Space constraints in that slim body meant sacrifices, but Apple packed in smarts to make up for it. The new dual capture mode lets you record front and back simultaneously for those epic vlogs or reaction shots. Up front, an 18-megapixel center stage camera with rock-solid stabilization autoframes you in video calls and uses AI to widen the view for group selfies. No more cropping out Aunt Karen. The photonic engine amps up low-light detail and color accuracy, while next-gen portraits with focus control let you blur backgrounds post-shot, even with one lens. It captures depth data on the fly for editing magic in the Photos app. Selfies, portrait or landscape without flipping the phone, thanks to smart orientation tech. It's not the pro's triple threat setup, but for everyday creators, it's a powerhouse that punches way above its single lens weight. So how does the Air stack up in the iPhone 17, fam? It's the mid-tier hero at $999 for 256 GB. Same entry price as last year's Plus, but double the base storage. Upgrade to 512 GB or 1 TB for extra dough if you're a media hoarder. Pre-orders are live now, and it hits shelves September 19th, right on time for holiday flexing. It's got all the iOS 26 goodies too, like enhanced Apple Intelligence for on-device AI, live translation in calls tied to those AirPods Pro 3 announced at the event, and health features that sync with the new Apple Watch Series 11. Pro tip: if you're upgrading from an iPhone 14 or 15, Apple's extending free satellite access for another year. Score! The iPhone Air isn't just a phone. It's Apple's bold bet on thinner, tougher, smarter tech that's setting the stage for wild futures, like a larger screen Air in 2027. And who knows, maybe that foldable tease for 2026. If this thin king has you hyped, smash that thumbs up, subscribe to TechBit News for hands-on reviews dropping next week, and tell me in the comments, Air or Pro for you. Drop a follow on X for real-time updates, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out, Tech Squad.